There's a ton of content out there, and if you don't know where to start, it can be overwhelming, even paralyzing. So let's fix that. Welcome to Simply Cyber, a community of tens of thousands of aspiring and active cybersecurity professionals focused on networking, knowledge sharing, and professional development. I'm Dr. Gerald, Auger, Chief Content Creator at Simply Cyber, inviting you to get the answers to your cybersecurity problems with hundreds of cybersecurity videos answering your frequently asked questions, interviewing industry experts, and live streaming daily cyber threat briefings hosted by me. Now get the stories and insights you won't find anywhere else. Hit subscribe now and dig into all the fresh content on the channel and in the community. Nothing should stop you from launching and leveling up your cybersecurity career today. All right, good morning, Jesus. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Today is Wednesday, May 1st. Welcome to May, everybody. 2024. This is episode 612. I think, I'm pretty sure, fact check me, 612 of Simply Cyber's, oh my God, it's going to be one of those days. Hold on. Get me out of here. Eject, right? Okay, welcome everybody to the show. We got a great episode for you today. It is live. It is May 1st. It is hot and spicy. We are going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories today, along with Tom Bishop, Alpha Sierra, Semphilis, my man Matthew Netchi, Marcus Kyler and the Yeet Crew, Semphilis with the Yeet Crew, Valentino with the Yeet Crew, Zemif with the Yeet Crew, James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet, coming to you hot from seat 3B. Guys, Pastor of Muppets is over on Restream. Logan Fuller, Raymond Cruz, all up in LinkedIn space. Alana Boyajian, I got news for you, Alana. Little spoiler alert, my printer died trying to print out the Verizon data breach incident report. So we're pushing the limits of what's possible in the GRC space with highlighters and printers. Guys, we are going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day, and I will be giving my expert opinion and analysis on each of the stories on what it means to you as a practitioner. So how you can use this information to drive cyber risk reduction for your business stakeholders. And if you're looking to break into the industry, we got you covered because you're going to be asked in any single job interview, how do you stay current on the industry? And this is a phenomenal question. We're doing it every single day. What's up, Pearl? Pearl coming in hot. Listen, you're going to be asked in any job interview, how do you stay current? Drop the daily cyber threat brief on their head. We're permeating the industry. We're getting ubiquitous. People know what's up. So when you say that you do the daily cyber threat brief, they know what it means. In some instances, they even give you one of these across the table because they're part of hashtag Team SC also, like my man Brian White with the blue badge. Looking good, Brian. Jenny Housley, Mods checking in. Good to see you, Jenny. Guys, it's going to be so good. We've got bingo on Friday, so coming at you strong. Guys, every single episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief, I do not prepare or research for any of the stories. So you're getting my rough, rugged, raw take. I pour a huge cup of coffee right before the stream starts, and I'm acting like you, me, Alpha Sierra, Just a Bite, LaGrotte. We're just at the water cooler. Bernice Nagoron, like, we're just at the water cooler, having a cup of coffee, straight up talking about what's going on in the news. It's going to be great. Before we get into it, I do want to say shout out and love to the stream sponsors, starting with Barricade Cyber Solution. Barricade Cyber Solutions is dedicated to helping businesses from cyber attacks and recover from the damage done. Cyber attacks can cause massive issues. I'm talking resume generating events type issues, and hardworking business owners can be sent into turmoil, but Barricade Cyber Solutions, they know how to make the boo-boo stop hurting. They know how to mitigate the damage done by cyber incidents. The, respond, recover phase of the NIST CSF, that's where Barricade Cyber, they don't just set up shop there. They've built a castle right up into the respond and recover phases of the NIST CSF, and that's where they live. So check them out at barricadecyber.com. Links in the description below. Also want to say shout out and love to Antisyphon Training. Antisyphon Training, if you didn't know, is epic, is awesome, and they're disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by providing high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone. Pearl, listen, Pearl, you could take Antisyphon Training. They don't gate on age. They don't gate on finances. You could take their training right now for $0 and be accessing high-quality, practical education, and more importantly, engage with a community that is fun and inclusive. If you like what's going on with Team SC over there on the side, you will love Antisyphon training. Antisyphontraining.com, links in the description below. All right, we got Worldwide Wednesday coming up in a hot minute, but I want to tell you all, every single episode, including this one, episode 612, is worth a half a CPE. That's right, CPEs. Get your CPEs, yeah? Just say what's up in chat, hashtag Team SC, grab a screenshot, throw it in a file folder on your desktop, and then once a year, count how many files you have and divide by 2. It's literally as easy as that, all right? All right, oh, I'm seeing your DMs right now, Haircut Fish. Pearl, your dad's straight crushing it. Woo! All right, so say what's up in chat, hashtag Team SC, love it, love it, love it. If you're a newcomer here, you can be hashtag Team SC like Jeff Watala, obviously, but we love welcoming our newcomers. We love welcoming our first-timers. We make the circle as large as it needs to be. We welcome everybody. So come on out. If it's your first episode today, drop a hashtag first-timer in chat, please. Oh, I'm seeing a hashtag DMX in chat. What? I love myself some DMX. Nobody else can make the word come on more of a rap song staple in the 90s, right? What? Come on. What? Come on. Oh, my God. DMX, you're killing it. All right, so check it out. First-timers in chat, like Confessor Chais. Welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the party, pal. So if it is your first time, say what's up in chat like Confessor Chais did, and we will welcome you accordingly. You see those John McClane emotes, Confessor Chais? Those are for you. And you hear the sound effect, right? Welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the party, pal. Little attitude from Bruce Willis pulling off such a great character. All right, guys, I'm super pumped. But guess what? Guess what time it is? X gonna give it to you. Hey, Roseman R.E.T. Roseman R.E.T. Right? Love it, love it, love it. All right, guys. Hey, got news for you. This is the best part of the week. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. And it's Worldwide Wednesday, guys. I got news for you. You're going to love this, okay? You're going to love it. Oop, that's a little high. Let's bring that down a little bit. All right, here we go. You know the sounds, y'all. You know what we're listening to. Listen, Worldwide Wednesday is about to happen. We're about to go around the world. You are about to have your mind blown as you see how international, how diverse, how inclusive the hashtag Team SC, the Simply Cyber community really is. Mods, get ready. Worldwide Wednesday is presented by IT Pro from ACI Learning, the international online training solution that professionals in audit, cyber, and IT turn to for binge-worthy content. And you can use my promo code SimplyCyber30 to get an additional 30% off your first month or first year. There is a pinned comment in chat. If you forget, there's a link up there. This is Simply Cyber's landing page. Guys, I'm telling you, ACI Learning, it's legit quality content. It's entertaining. Daniel Lowry, Sophie Goodwin, so many others. It's all about good times. Thank you, ACI Learning, for sponsoring Worldwide Wednesday. If you're new here, first-timers, all you got to do is tell me where you are, and we're going to light up this map. Let's set the clock. Hey, Maxwell Vargas, welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the party, pal. All right, let me get a cup of coffee, because I got to get ready for this. This is going to be hot, hot, hot. All right, y'all. Mods, here we go. Setting the clock to 2 minutes. We're at 2 minutes. Music pumped. Where are you at, Team SC? Jason Summers in Maryland, bringing on the United States. Very nice. Sippy Cup is in the house. Very nice. Conan's in Norway. Norway bringing on the European Union faction. What's up, California? Good to see you getting up early this morning. Hey, Beaumont, Texas. Thanks so much, Carrie. Canada's in the house. Very nice. Duval. Welcome up, Actionville. The Boot. Sicily's in the house. Europe's coming on strong. Hey, Colorado. What's up, Ohio? Dirty Jers. We're talking Redman. Brick City. United Kingdom's online. line. Nice job. Virginia's, Toronto's up in here. Atlanta, the UK, Miami, Oklahoma. What's up, Long Island? Nice. We got a lot of Canada up in here today. Hashtag Sippy Cup. Detroit, the DR's in the house. My man, Leo Nunez. Let's get the DR on. We just brought it on. Africa. Come on, where are you, Africa? Niagara Falls. Very nice. Hey, Tulsa. Detroit. Florida with DMX. Very nice. We got a lot of U.S. in the house today. Hey, Turkey. Isu Suluke. Bringing on Turkey. We got some Middle East action. Hey, North Dakota. Freaky Bob. Yes, sir. Bringing on Australia. That's a good one. Bangladesh. Bangladesh. Thank you, Bangladesh. Oh my God, Bangladesh, where are you? I will come back for Bangladesh. Oh, there it is. Bangladesh is in the house. Santa Clarita, hey JP. Good to see you, JP. Liberia's got Africa online. Yes, sir. Liberia's in the house. Little coastal city or coastal country. St. is in Poland. Yes, yes. Come on, Asia. Come on, South America. Where are you at? Dream Logic's in the house. I think that's Philippines. We're going to mark it Philippines. All right, Connecticut. See you. Antarctica. Jay and Michelle, if you're really at Rockin' Nevian Peak in Antarctica, we'll call it. Where's Wales? Mexico. Jay and Michelle's bringing on Mexico. Jay and Michelle, I assume you saw it? All right, so let's look at this really quickly. We're gonna take a look. South America. South America looks like it might be low. Tijuana's in the house. Arizona. We're just cleaning up right now. Worldwide Wednesday has officially ended, but we're just cleaning up. I'm looking at mod chat here. Super Earth. We got Poland, Liberia, Mexico, Florida, Bangladesh, Aussies. We got that Ethiopia. We missed Ethiopia. Thank you, Jenny Housley. DR, Turkey, Israel, J Gold, J Mod. Oh, sorry, Egypt. Whoops. Well, Egypt's in there now. All right. Well, I can't undo that. So, yes. All right. It looks like we're doing good. We did not get South America. Wah, wah, wah. All right. I do want to say thank you all for playing Worldwide Wednesday. It was a good time. We did get it last week. But it looks like we missed South America. So if you've got friends in Peru, Colombia, Chile, Tierra del Fuego, do tell them to come back next week on Wednesday and see if we can run it. It does not count FedEx, but we do appreciate you being here. We're looking for people actively in that space at that time. We did get the Australian contingent, so Freaky Bob holding it down for the entire Oi 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 contingent. Very nice. Very nice. I see Barbados. I can't really get Barbados on here, but that's okay. All right, guys, do me a favor. You guys are all amazing. Obviously, you're all amazing, but it's time to work. It's time to go to work, so do me a favor. We got a lot to cover. Sit back, relax. And let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over all of us in an awesome wave. I'll see you guys at the mid-roll.
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Wednesday, May 1st, 2024.
Lauren.
I'm Lauren Verno.
Yes, Lauren Verno.
United Health Group CEO faces Congress and cause of hack revealed. The CEO of United Health Group, the parent company of Change Healthcare, is set to testify before a congressional committee today, Wednesday, May 1st. A transcript of CEO Andrew Whitty's statements was released ahead of the hearing, revealing significant details about the events leading up to the February attack by the Black Cat ransomware gang. According to the transcript, the hackers gained initial access through stolen credentials used on a Citrix portal that did not have multi-factor authentication enabled. It was revealed the threat actor used these compromised credentials to remotely access the company's system for 9 days before deploying the ransomware. During that time, the cybercriminals stole files containing sensitive patient information, including protected health information and personally identifiable information of most Americans. In his statement, Whitty takes sole responsibility for the decision to pay the ransom, saying, quote, "This was one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone," end quote. To read Whitty's full statement ahead of today's hearings, you can find them in today's story on CISOseries.com.
Oh my God. And Lauren, did you hear Lauren with that nice pause in between the stories? Oh, so good. Borderline infographic good. All right, so here's the deal. Oh my God. All right, here we go, Barricade Cyber. So this is Change Healthcare. This story is, it's probably like the biggest ransomware story of 2024. Essentially, the fact that this guy, I'm not sure exactly who Whitty is, whether he's the CEO or it's the CEO right here, Andrew Whitty, has to speak to the House Energy and Commerce Subcommittee, which, by the way, I don't understand the committees, honestly, because if I said like the healthcare institution got banged up, would you be like, oh, they need to go speak to the House Energy and Conference Subcommittee? I wouldn't think that, but I'm not surprised that this guy's having to go before Congress and basically speak. Couple things here. One, no MFA. I'm not saying that this guy needs to be, drawn and quartered, but what are you doing, man? Your internet-facing access portal does not have MFA. Again, the CEO is responsible for strategy, growth. In the United States, healthcare is like a really dynamic environment right now. It's basically like a race to the top. By acquisitions, mergers, acquisitions, consolidation of healthcare into systems. It's big money, right? It's big money.
Great cash, homie.
But the CEO in any business, that's what they're looking at. It's really the CIO and honestly the CISO who should be thinking about MFA and making sure MFA is in place. The fact that you have an internet-facing portal into your environment with no MFA is it's borderline it's unacceptable. Like, I'd really have to think about that because we're talking about firing people at this point. Like, and I hate to be so, like prejudiced or extreme, but dude, this is like having a bank, right? It's like having a bank and having your money in the bank, and the bank vault just has like a like a three, like the tumblers on like the old school briefcases where it's like 0 to 9, and there's like, you like scroll it, so like 143 is your password, and you do 143, and then you hit the buttons and they flip up. It's like having that 3 tumblers for your bank vault with all your money and personal goods, deeds of your house, cars, whatever. Like, that's what it is. Like, not having MFA at this point is ridiculous. You're going to find out in the Verizon data breach incident report, which I'm going to go deeply into later on. But like stolen creds, surprise, that is like one of the number one, access points into compromising environments in the last year. This is an example. It's easy to get creds nowadays. Redline Info Stealer is straight up stealing all over the place. Telegram channels are spewing out creds. Data drops are happening everywhere. The idea of the initial access broker is an entire, form in the dark web market ecosystem. Think about this for a second, okay? And I hate to get like crazy, but think about this. For those who don't know, the cyber kill chain is like the 7-step phase that all threat actors and all red teamers, pen testers go through. Okay, from reconnaissance to choosing your weapon, to delivering it, to exploitation, to persistence, to lateral movement, to actions on objectives. Right, C2 traffic, the works. That's the workflow. The first one is recon, and then getting initial access. Right, and once you have that, that's when you start, doing persistence and all that other stuff. That piece has gotten modularized, so where there's people who just do that phase of the kill chain, and then they sell that part of the work to the people who want to do the other half of the kill chain. That's where we are in 2024. Okay, threat actors have specialties, and because of that, you can't not run multi-factor. It's a fact. If you're not running multi-factor, you're negligent. Like, I'm going to go as far as to say that, and that's a hot take, and that's one that people might argue with me on. But it's negligence if you're not running MFA on your external facing systems. So Change Healthcare, I'm sorry, it sucks. Like, I hate kicking a victim. I hate kicking someone who is, down on their luck and $22 million later didn't even get their data back. I'm pretty sure, right? The threat actors exited. They got hit with a second extortion ransom hub, right? Tons of patients who had no business involved in choosing whether or not to use MFA. In fact, Citrix, this is for the employees. Like, patients and consumers weren't even logging into Citrix, right? This is an internal IT system. The patients couldn't get their medicine. Some cancer patients were told, like, hey, we can't do insurance, so it's going to be $16,000 for your life-saving medicine. You want to take check or credit card? And it's like, I don't have 16 grand for a chemo treatment, bro. And they're like, well, then come back when you do. Do you understand that you can't skip treatment plans? Like, that's not how it works. You don't set yourself up for, like, well, maybe for Christmas this year, I'll get some chemo. Let's fucking... I'm sorry. Sorry, Pearl. Sorry, Kennedy. I'm going to move on. I'm getting... It's really disgusting. This is ridiculous. MFA, we could have... MFA's been around forever. I hope this committee asks this guy some serious questions. I hope this guy asks the committee some serious gets asked questions. Like, why? Do you remember when Catherine Archuleta, the director of OPM, got fired after being brought up into congressional committees to explain why she hadn't patched Apache struts?
Major U.S. wireless carriers face $200 million in FCC fines. Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile USA have been fined $200 million collectively by the Federal Communications Commission for sharing access to customers' location information without consent. According to a statement from the FCC, the agency first proposed the fines in 2020 after an investigation revealed that public reports about customers' location information was being disclosed through a location finding service. Those reports were made to the Missouri Sheriff's Office. Now, the report states that the wireless carriers were made aware of the unauthorized access, but continue to operate without adding any additional safeguards. Specifically, Sprint and T-Mobile, which have merged since the investigation began, face fines of $12 million and $80 million respectively. AT&T faces a $57 million fine, and Verizon nearly $47 million.
Okay, so if you think I'm out of my mind when I tell you data is the new gold, please see Exhibit A. Major telco carriers in the United States, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, fined $47 million, $57 million, $80 million for selling just your location data. Think about that for a minute. Fines of this level, $47 million, right? $47 million fine. That fine has to be commensurate with the penalty, right? The FCC does these things. So it's not like Verizon made $75 in a $10 Chick-fil-A gift card for selling data. They definitely made millions of dollars, okay? So this is hard numbers. Straight cash, homie. And way to go, FCC. Now, one thing that kind of is gross is it took them 4 years, 4-year investigation, 4 years, really 4 years. The speed of business, 4 years, bro. You're killing me, Smalls. 4 years. Get out of here with that nonsense. Now, I want to see AT&T annual revenue. Let's see. Annual revenue for AT&T. $122 billion in 2023. Okay, I know you guys can't see this, but just work with me on this one. Because I just want to point out, like, I feel like people see the headlines and they're like, oh, $47 million. Ooh, that's really going to get them. Okay, look at this. Let's dig a little deeper. Let's be a little academic about it. AT&T annual revenue, $122 billion. AT&T 2022, $120 billion. 2021, $134. It does not have 2020 here on the stream, but let's just assume an average here of another $120 billion. So in the last 4 years, AT&T made $500 billion. I'm not being hyperbolic. $500 billion, okay? And during that slap happy time, they're selling data left, right, and center. So during your 4-year investigation, you find that they're doing bad stuff, okay? And then you're going to fine them more than $57 million. Dude, AT&T doesn't bend over and pick up $57 million if it drops out of their hand. Ain't nobody got time for that. Jesus, bro. All right, let's look at this. I'm getting real-time feed right now on stock on AT&T. Looks like over the last 5 days, the stock went from, $17 down to $16. Again, dude, in 2024, we are so normalized to big tech companies screwing us over. I'm sorry. I guess today is going to be a spicy take. Parents, parental guidance is advised, right? This is a PG-13 episode, apparently, all of a sudden. We're so normalized to big tech control oligarchs selling our data that we're almost like numb to it. So AT&T, you take a little bit of a bath, no big deal. No big deal. I'm sure in 2024, they're going to make $120 billion, and there'll be a footnote in their 10K filing about this $57 million investment. Here's another thing, my friends. Here's another thing, okay? Here's another thing. How much money did AT&T make from selling that data over the 4-year period? I've got a surprise for you, everybody, okay? Imagine if you will, Amadou Ba, blue badge, Amadou Ba. Amadou Ba is selling, I don't know, knockoff Gucci handbags, right? Whatever. Amadou Ba is selling knockoff Gucci handbags on the corner. Amadou Ba makes $10,000 selling knockoff Gucci handbags. And then the police come by and they're like, hey, wait a minute, do you have a permit to sell these? And Amadou Ba's like, no. And they're like, that's a $200 fine. Okay. Guess what? I'm back on the corner next week, baby. Selling those bags. Here's my $200 fine. If they made more than $57 million off of selling the data, then it was a good investment. It's business. If you make more than you spend, that's called profit, and that's how business works. So this doesn't detract or deter any bad behavior if it doesn't result in a loss. This is the cost of doing business. And if you extrapolate it, or whatever you want to, the word, I'm like out of my mind right now, so I don't even know what the right word is, but it's $57 million fine over a 4-year period. So how much were they making on selling that data per year, right? It's really only like a $14-15 million per year cost. That's an expense. Let the bean counters figure it out.
Marriott backtracks claims of encryption protection. Marriott is trying to sweep some new revelations about a 2018 breach under the rug.
I'm sorry to get away from this Marriott story for a hot second, but just who wrote it in chat? Flakinator, even if you make $1 over fine, it's profit and it's worth it. I'm just picturing the executives. It's some really, really bougie conference room in New York City, right? Smells of fine leather and rich mahogany and leather-bound books, whatever. And they're giggling, holding their bellies, laughing about oh, like, hey, way to go, Johnson. Way to go selling that geodata. It was only a $57 million fine. Oh my God. We made $1 billion off of it. You're brilliant, Johnson. You get to take the corporate jet down to the, Seychelles this weekend. Bring your family. We're friggin' swimming in money like Scrooge.
According to CSO Online, the hotel conglomerate has defended itself after a massive data breach, arguing that its encryption level was so strong that the case against it should be dismissed. It turns out, however, that the company had never used any encryption at the time, but had instead implemented a hashing mechanism. Regarding the part about wanting to sweep the whole miscommunication under the rug, Marriott has not released any updates about the misrepresentation. Instead, it added a couple of sentences to an old article that is more than 5 years old. An impact statement from 2018 reveals that Marriott believes the information of approximately 500 million guests were impacted in that attack.
All right. So that is gross. Unfortunately, okay, so a couple things here. One, this is gross. Normally I would throw Marriott executives under the bus and be like, listen, they had a data breach in 2018. They said it was encrypted, so it wasn't a problem. And then it came out and they hadn't encrypted it. They had hashed it, okay? So really quick, like part of the things we like to do on the stream here, besides lose our mind over MFA, is, educate a little bit, right? So it's education, it's entertainment. Here's the deal. If you did not know, hashing algorithms like SHA-1, you cannot reverse a hash, right? A hash is a one-way mathematical function of a piece of data into a unique value, right? We can use hashing for fingerprinting files. We can use hashing for virus definitions, et cetera, stuff like that. If you take a password and you hash it, technically you can't reverse it. But if you have that, anytime you hash it, it will come up with the same hash. So if I guess your password and hash it with the same hashing algorithm, and I will get the same hash value, which is how you can basically reverse hash. Go look up rainbow tables or, hash crack, John the Ripper, whatever. Okay. Now Marriott's data was hashed, but they said, oh, it's AES 128, right? So it's secure. It's encrypted. It can't be broken. And I guess they laid on that for a while, but not at the speed of business. 6 years later, lawyers came out and discovered, or security researchers came out and discovered that it was in fact not encrypted, but hashed, right? Which is not secure. Now, I do want to say a couple things. One, I do think that at the time, you got to remember when there's like a data breach or an incident, there's a lot of people in the room. There's business people, there's lawyers, there's insurance people, there's technicians, there's cyber operators, there's IT people. So when the business says, hey, are we exposed? And some operator says, no, the data was secured. Then the business runs with that. PR runs with that. The lawyers run with that. And I suspect in this case that they made a mistake on the operator side saying it was encrypted, and then it was too late. Like basically like, oh, jeez, like it's actually hashed, not encrypted. Well, are you going to tell the boss? No, hell no, I'm not. This will just go away, right? So I think if I had to speculate, that's what's happened, because there's no way that it would be absolutely unbelievable to say, hey, we didn't encrypt it. We used a hashing algorithm, so it's not really secure. And the business being like, oh, that sounds bad. Can we lie? Like, I feel like it's a maybe it's not a bridge too far. Maybe I'm giving businesses too much credit here, but it just feels like a bridge too far to be like straight up like, let's lie about the encryption algorithm, because businesses don't know about the encryption algorithm. They don't know that stuff. I do find it a little dubious and a little disingenuous to basically go back and update a 5-year-old page with 2 sentences that says, following an investigation, Marriott determined that the payment card numbers and certain password numbers involved in a Starwood database security incident, is actually like basically all this crap that people who are impacted aren't going to read, right? Now, I will tell you, what's the real impact here? Maybe some fines. I'll tell you two things. One, Marriott and Hilton are like Coke and Pepsi. Like, I stay at Marriott's when I can, right? Like, this isn't going to change me from staying at Marriott. I'm just being real. Like, it sucks. My data was definitely involved in there. But like, I don't know. I like Marriott. So there's that. Second of all, I hope there's a fine of some sort, but it's just going to be the cost of doing business. Go talk to AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile about fines. It's the cost of doing business. Now, the one thing I'm going to point out here, and this is a little bit of a deep cut, and I'm a little bit out of my expertise here, so I would love for people to chime in. But this was payment card information that was not properly secured. In the world of InfoSec, there is a standard called PCI DSS, Payment Card Information Data Security Standard. And it's basically a standard that's required by the payment card industry. So your MasterCards, your Visas, your Discover, your Diners Club. Okay, well, shout out to Diners Club. So, and they say you have to do these things or you can't take credit cards. And like, really, like, what business in 2024 doesn't want to take credit cards, right? It's all about straight cash, homie. Straight cash, homie. So PCI says if you don't do it, you're banned from taking credit cards. We will pull that from you. Now, here's an example. And by the way, payment cards take 3% of all transactions. So they're straight up pants off, baby oil, rub down, wanting those credit card transactions. So when you get a juggernaut like Marriott that basically violates PCI, this is why I'm out of my element a little bit. I'm not a PCI qualified assessor. I've done PCI in the past, but it's been in a few years. I don't remember all the exact controls, but I know that you need to encrypt the payment card information in transit. Like, that's why people segment their PCI network pieces, because it's a pain in the ass. Sorry, Kennedy. Like, I guess I'm a sea gypsy up in here. Like, I'm all over the place swearing like a sailor. So there's like, people segment so they don't have to put all the controls in their whole network. This hashing algorithm is not encryption, and therefore, Marriott, you are not PCI compliant. So, hey, Visa, you're going to hold your PCI standard to everyone? No, of course not. You're just going to slap a mom and pop food truck on the wrist and give them a finger wag. But Marriott, your knees are dirty.
And now a huge thanks to our sponsor, DropZone AI. DropZone.ai is proud to announce our selection as a top 10 finalist for the prestigious RSA Innovation Sandbox. Our AI autonomous analyst is revolutionizing the way SOC teams operate, replicating the techniques of elite analysts and autonomously investigating every alert. Meet us at RSAC and book a time at dropzone.ai. That's DROPZONE.ai.
All right. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. I just want to reiterate that you will never hear this particular song again, like in a mall or in an elevator, and not think of Simply Cyber. Hashtag Team SC. Where are you at? Guys, hey, if you're getting educational value, if you're getting entertainment value, if you learned a few new 4-letter words and you're young, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I do try to keep this kid friendly. Pearl, please let your dad know that I apologize. Hey, thanks to the stream sponsors, Barricade Cyber and Antisyphon Training. You guys are straight crushing it. If you're getting value from the stream, hit the like button on YouTube. It goes a long way to help other people discover the channel. It's simple as that. We're at 486 people right now. Jump on socials, drop a link to the live stream. Let's see if we can push this sucker over 500 today. It's spicy up in here. Spicy! Guys, I want to remind everybody about the Simply Cyber Community Challenge. Malware Combat, a.k.a. John Gillen, has the baton. Oh, I just got lightheaded for a second. All right, hey guys, the Simply Cyber Community Challenge, Malware Combat. What's up, Malware Combat? Do me a favor, guys. If you would like to blow up your professional network, your net worth is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. I'm telling you right now, I cannot emphasize this enough. You will thank me later, I promise you. You need to network in the community. You need to network. One great way to do it, we've enabled mechanisms to help you do this very easily. The Simply Cyber Community Challenge is one such way. Go on LinkedIn. Wait, hold on. That's not right. That's delete me. I thought I had a thing for it. Oh, I do. It's over here. Listen, go on LinkedIn, search for the hashtag Simply Cyber Community Challenge, and connect with the people in chat. Connect with the people who are posting. If you post, use the hashtag and tag me in it. Every single day we give one person the baton. John Gillen, Malware Combat has it today. Malware Combat, please tag somebody. Please tag somebody in chat and let it go. I also want to remind, if you post the Simply Cyber Community Challenge, go on the Simply Cyber Discord server and drop a link to your LinkedIn post. It's simple as that. Go connect, comment, connect with the people in comments. I build my network that way. You build your network that way. If you don't understand what I'm saying, ask in chat. We want to enable community. We want to enable you to build your professional network. I will say it one final time. Your network is your net worth. It is so valuable in cybersecurity to network. Please don't sleep on this. All right, guys. Every single day of the week has a special segment. Today was Worldwide Wednesday, so we don't have an extra segment. But since we're having such a great stream, since it's so spicy in here, let's get the la 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 laws together. A moment of silence for the la 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 laws. Shout out to Pearl. Shout out to Ann Kamenier up in Canada. Eddie, let's get our la la laws on. Shout out to the mods. Hashtag mod love. Jenny Bisek. J Mod, Kimberly from the couch. There we go. Nice job, everybody. Let's go. We're straight crushing it today. Let's finish strong. We got the second half of the show. Let's party.
NSA employee turned attempted Russian spy sentenced.
You are so dumb.
Who knew you could freelance as a Russian spy? Turns out you can at least try. Former NSA employee Gerald Sebastian Dalkey pleaded guilty to 6 counts of attempted transmission of top secret info to a foreign agent. Now, that's according to the Department of Justice. Dalkey only worked for the NSA for less than a month before leaving and trying to sell off some of the information he had stolen. Dalkey attempted to sell 3 top secret documents for a mere $85,000 to who he thought was a Russian agent. Turns out it was an undercover FBI agent. Dalkey was sentenced to 262 months in prison, or just a little over 21 years.
Oh my God. Let's go around the horn on the sound effects. First of all, this guy. Second of all, this guy.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Third of all, way to go, law enforcement.
Regulators, mount up. It was a
What an absolute clown. What a clown baby. Dude, you suck at everything. So this guy worked for a month for the NSA. Like, congratulations on getting, the job. I will say that I was this morning getting ready for work. I was like, even though I do the show, I do love cybersecurity. So I was like thumbing through some Telegram channels that I have curated for cyber news. And this one came up and I looked at it. Couple things. This guy worked for 1 month for the NSA. 1 month? You know you got fired. You know you got fired, or you failed a poly, or whatever it is. So you get on the radar, and then you immediately try to sell secrets to a Russian spy for $85,000. You are an idiot. Okay, so it was a sting operation. Shout out to the FBI and the NSA for running sting operations to make sure that national security remains secure. And this guy sold 3 documents or whatever to spies. I mean, to the FBI. What I want to say is, first of all, like, did this guy really think that he's there for a couple weeks? Like, he still doesn't even know where the bathroom is in the building, right? He doesn't have his own chair yet. They're like, oh, you can sit over there. Like, that's a chair from the conference room. You could sit in that until we get you sorted out. And he's like downloading files. You clown show. It's called DLP, data loss prevention. And when it comes to top secret NSA documents, have you heard of Ed Snowden? Do you think the NSA might be keeping an eye on data exfil after one of the biggest breaches in history? Oh my God. Dude, 262 months? What is that? How many years is that? That's it. That's it. Like what? 20 years? It's got to be close to that, right? 240 months is 20 years, right? So this is close to like 25 years or something like that. This dude's going away, and he's going to be an entirely different person when he comes out. $85,000 for 24 years of jail time. Good luck. I can't believe, like, this is so dumb. Like, I can't think of it. Like, this is like trying to rob a bank right after, like, it got robbed. You know, like, oh, they're ripe for the picking. So, anyways, everything about this is, like, hilarious. I think Lauren Verno was straight up laughing while she was reading this story. One thing I will say, Sebastian Dalkey, not to be confused with Sebastian Donkey. One thing I do want to say though is this guy, like, I don't know what the definition of treason is, but I don't know how this isn't treason. Like, literally. Hold on one second. Listen, he said he wanted to betray the United States and like help Russia out. Doesn't matter that it's Russia. He wanted to betray. How's that not treason? This guy's lucky. I mean, I don't know. You tell me. Would you rather have 25 years in jail or the death sentence, which is still, that's not instantaneous. This isn't like Wild West where they execute. This isn't Judge Dredd. But my point is, this guy's lucky he didn't get rung up on treason.
One of Europe's most wanted cyber criminals arrested. Finnish hacker Julius Kivimaki has been detained after stealing confidential therapy notes from Finland's largest psychotherapy company, Vastama. And
Yes, that's a good point, Kimberly.
Blackmailing more than 33,000 people. Now, according to the BBC, Kivimaki first tried to extort the therapy company directly, but when that failed, he emailed patients directly, threatening to reveal what they had disclosed to their therapist. Now, on a more sobering note, at least one suicide was linked to the blackmail attempts. Kivimaki has been sentenced to 6 years and 3 months in prison, and what is, in terms of the number of victims, the biggest criminal case in Finnish history.
Oh, this is a sad story. 26-year-old. He's not sad. He's not sad.
Regulators, mount up. It was a
All right, so he's been held accountable. He was found guilty. He's obviously lacks empathy. Here he is, standing trial. cybercrime spree that started when he was 13. Okay, so 13. Kids in audience, I know you learned some new words today, but also take this as a sobering reminder that you will be held accountable if you do stupid stuff. This guy was sentenced to juvenile custody, basically 2 year suspended sentence at 15. Listen, it sucks. This kid is gifted, obviously. And so here's the gross thing, okay? Like, I'm just taking a hot moment. I don't even want to look at this kid's face. I'm just taking a hot moment to like absorb this for a second. So basically, this guy broke in, stole a bunch of data, tried to extort the business, and they told him to go pound sand, suck it. So he wants to get his money. Give this man his money. So he emails and blackmails patients. So patients who did nothing wrong except seek treatment for their afflictions are now being told that their secrets, their problems, their social, maybe their social outcast or social pariah type, lifestyles or whatever, are going to be disclosed unless they pay. So now he's straight up extorting victims, and one victim committed suicide under the pressure of being, revealed or exposed or whatever. Like I didn't see it in the story, but I hope, to me, that's like, I don't know if it's directly murder, but literally, there has to be something around here where I threaten you to the point where you commit suicide. That, if I didn't threaten you, if I didn't commit the blackmail or the extortion, if I didn't put you in that position, you may or may not have done that. So to me, there is some accountability responsible for this guy to be held accountable for that death as well. You can't, this just sucks. And by the way, can I just point out why? Healthcare has a responsibility to be more secure. Threat actors are turning up the screws on threatening and attacking healthcare, right? Change healthcare, ransomware, extortion. We just saw another one. Eric Taylor dropped it in chat this morning. I didn't have a chance to look at it, but another healthcare company hit with extortion ransomware. You'll see in the Verizon data breach incident report for 2024, ransomware is actually dipping down and extortion's dipping up. All part of the same playbook, but threat actors are wanting to get paid. Okay. And some of them, not all of them, but some of them are turning to extorting the victim. So in this case, this peckerhead was trying to extort the victim. If you go back to Fred Hutchins Cancer Institute up in Seattle, they earlier this year or late last year, they were trying to extort $50 a patient, $8 million to the business, but $50 a patient. You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. I hate threat actors sometimes. All right. Hey, shout out for this super chat. I forgot really quick. I'm sorry. There was a super chat earlier that I missed. I think it was from, I missed it. I'm so sorry. There was one from Kincaid about hitting the like button.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep.
Thank you, Kincaid. And Rex with a super chat coming in hot.
Did we just become best friends?
If we weren't trying to be a family-friendly channel, I'd be doing a lot of apologizing Kennedy about this story, 100%. I almost Kennedy, earmuffs, right? Dan, put your hands over Pearl's ears for a hot second so we can respond to this story appropriately. Oh my God.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Yep. So if you see this guy, I'm not promoting crime, but if you see this guy, you may want to stop and speak to him. Of course, he'll be in jail for a while, hopefully. Let's see what his sentencing was. 6 years. Sentenced to 6 years in prison. 6 years. I don't know how I feel about that. In 6 years, this clown show is going to get out of jail, and that person who committed suicide will still be dead. The family that lost that person will still have a hole in their family because this guy wanted to get paid, because this guy wanted some money. And that's just the person who committed suicide. I'm sure there's tons of people whose lives were wrecked because of the emails and extortion and threats that this dude laid on them. It just sucks. Eric Taylor with the gifted subs.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
All right, 50 gifted subs. Want to say shout out to Eric Taylor and Barricade Cyber for dropping subs. Welcome to the party, everybody. James Udakudo, Tony Jack. Whoa, another 50 subs coming in hot. We got it. Welcome to the party, pal. If you are a recipient of one of these gifted subs, you can thank Barricade Cyber Solutions. Also, little hat tip to Casually Joseph. Oh, that's so funny. Let's go.
Massive malware campaigns infect Docker Hub. Researchers at JFrog have identified that around 20% of the 15 million Docker Hub repositories hosted malicious content, including malware and phishing sites. They discovered nearly 4.6 million repositories lacking actual Docker images, with 2.81 million linked to 3 major malicious campaigns initiated since early 2021. These campaigns employed various strategies such as batch creation of fake repositories and SEO manipulation to distribute harmful software. One prominent campaign, active in 2021 and 2023, utilized a generic Trojan to push malware through fake installation dialogues, potentially as part of a larger adware or monetization operation targeting compromised systems.
All right. Hey, really quickly, Barricade Cyber Solutions live look in at them right now. Stealing this from chat. Thank you, chat. Eric Taylor with the steel chair, just hammering and dropping 100 gifted subs into chat. Nice job. Jedi Cowboy is the new gifted member. Jack Glatzberg, welcome to the party, Luigi. Yes, sir. We got 100 new squad members. Helen Walters, Chris Young's in chat. Good to see you, Chris. It's been a minute. John Kruger. All right, so millions of Docker containers straight up found pushing malware. Got to be careful where you get your Docker containers from. I wasn't listening to the story because I was playing with mod chat, but 20% of the 15 million repos hosted by Docker Hub contain malicious content. Okay, so this is actually a real thing because most people use Docker containers. You go to Docker Hub, you just like pull it down and stand it up. I'm not looking at the Docker images. This is just like a Python library. It's like, does it do what I need it to do? Yes, it does. Let's go. So be mindful of that. You do want to be careful. I will say that, if 20% of Docker containers are malicious, that is staggering. Okay. So 20% of 15 million, that's 3 million Docker containers. So there's a good chance, again, Eric Taylor, a lot of people dropping love for Eric Taylor and Barricade Cyber. You guys are all awesome. AC Slater's in the house. Good to see you, AC Slater. Dude, there's 3 million malicious Docker containers. All I would say is share this story with your IT people and your dev team, your research and dev team, and just say, hey guys, got to be careful. This is more of an awareness than anything. Obviously, if malware is out there, you can see it with EDR and SIM tools. Like, make sure your detection mechanism of your NIST CSF's looking pretty good, but yeah, a little scary.
Philadelphia Inquirer data breach impacts 25,000. You expect a newspaper to report the news, not to be a feature story. Philadelphia's largest newspaper by circulation, The Inquirer, revealed an attack in May of last year exposed the personal and financial information of more than 25,000 people. While the newspaper has not confirmed who is behind the attack, the Cuba ransomware gang claimed responsibility 1 week after the incident, but then removed the claim from their website shortly thereafter. However, it has been determined that information such as names, credit card, debit card numbers were among some of the information stolen over the course of 2 days.
All right. Adam V with the blue badge, 19 months. Thanks for being here, as always. All right. Oh, okay. So, hey, really on the Docker containers, it sounds like you can check the hashes to make sure you're downloading the right Docker container. But my thing with the Docker container is they said 20% of the Docker containers hosted on Docker Hub. So like the repo where you go to get it. It's not like you're downloading like random. You're not in a subway and someone's like, hey buddy, check out this Docker container. And you're like, yeah. All right. So, hey, really quick, Philadelphia Inquirer gets data breached. Someone was in there for 2 days. I don't know. This is like a whatever story. Cuba ransomware. I call them like tier 2, tier 3 ransomware threat actor. You hear about them a little bit. They puff up a little bit, but they said they pulled the story down from their public-facing website, the Cuba ransomware gang. I don't know what that means. Eric Taylor in chat, Casually Joseph, all my SecOps people. If you pay the ransom, do the ransomware threat actors typically pull down from their public-facing site that they've, would they pull this down? I suspect they would, so maybe Philadelphia Inquirer did pay. It says that the newspaper refused to pay a ransom. So, the Cuba ransomware actually published the leaks on the website. Whatever, dude. You know what? This is a vanilla story. Insert business name. So, ready? I'm gonna read this story for you, and we can write a script that does it. Variable business name, data of over value, number or integer, victim number, stolen in integer year, breach. And I'll even go as far as to say in variable industry, right? So I hate this, that it's so normalized that data breaches and data compromises and crap like this is so commonplace that it's like a whatever story, but whatever. You know what? I'm going to tell you this right now. This is a joke. I'm joking. But I'm still not over Nick Foles and the Philadelphia Eagles beating my New England Patriots in the Super Bowl and Tom Brady trying to throw a pass to himself. What an embarrassing Super Bowl that was. So fly, Eagles, fly. Take your victory lap. I'm still not over it. Nick Foles. Ugh.
Don't forget, make sure you're registered for this week's Super Cyber.
All right. Hey, guys, if you were here just for the news, we're right at 9 o'clock. Somebody tell Nick Barker I nailed it. Before you get out of here, if you got to go, I just want to remind you that Thursday, tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Bryson Bort, founder and CEO of a lot of different things, including Hack the Capitol and Industrial Control Systems Village at DEF CON, will be my guest. We're going to be talking OT, ICS, DEF CON, Hack the Capitol, CTFs. It's going to be epic. If you know Bryson Bort, he wears unicorn stuff all the time. He is a really great industry practitioner and leader in the cybersecurity space and community. So don't sleep on that. Come on back. If you forget or don't know, definitely know this. On the simplycyber.io website, there is a calendar of events that you can access. And you can see right here, here's the calendar. And sure enough, here is Bryson Bort, right? Expert interview. You could also see that tomorrow at noon, I'll be on Black Hills Information Security streams. I'll be on ACI Learning's streams. So if you're interested in more of this, 2 thumbs and all smiles, this guy, I've actually got a lot of live streams going on tomorrow. But my point is, the calendar events is hot. I also want to tell you, I will make this calendar available in an iCal format soon, so you can just import it into your own calendar and not have to go to Simply Cyber's website. All right, guys, I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. If you got to go, you got to go. But just so you know, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be jaw-jacking in a hot minute. So hide your wife, hide your kids. It's about to get real. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Until next time, stay secure. Well, that's the wrong one. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Jaw Jacking. James McQuiggan with the super chat coming in. Bryson Bort is quite the character and has a ton of experience and someone to listen to. especially when it comes to Purple Team and an OT, which can apply to all industries. Hashtag Beer ISAC member. Thanks for the super chat, James.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Everybody, the next 30 minutes is going to be all about good times. Ask me anything. Cybersecurity questions abound. I get DMs all the time. This is the time to ask those questions. We're going to crowdsource the answers. I'll share resources. But before we get into the hot ASMR cyber talk, we need a community challenge volunteer. Who would like to be the Simply Cyber Community Challenge baton holder today? Take care, Natalie Garrett. Thanks for the squad membership. All right, guys. We need someone to carry the baton. After Dark, Rihanna and Andre. Yes, absolutely. We have good times here. We have good times. Jaw-jacking. Chia. How do you feel about the SANS certs 275-401? Well, I will tell you the following. Zero Grayman. Let me pull up this really quickly. SANS cert 275 Foundation. Okay, this is the GIAC. Okay, let me see if I'm sharing the right screen. I'm not. You get to see how the sausage is made. This is the production monitor. So let me fix that really quickly. So this is SANS 275, SANS 401. Where is it? Let's do SANS 401 as well. And then I'll give you my honest take on it, okay? Okay, network endpoint. Okay, so here's the deal. I believe SANS education is excellent. SANS education is really well done. It is expensive. Kyle Dorfler. Kyle, can I get a pronunciation key on your last name? I'd love to say it correctly. Kyle Dorfler gets the baton. Let's go, Kyle. Okay, so check it out. SANS education, super valuable. If you get the certification, good on you. If I see SANS training on a resume, it does get my attention. SANS is super valuable. Now, having said that, SANS is wicked expensive, so it's cost prohibitive. And it's part of the reason why, spoiler alert, Antisyphon training, when they say they're disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by providing high-quality, cutting-edge education regardless of financial position, we're looking at you, SANS. SANS is like $7,000-8,000 a class. But listen, the trainers at SANS, Eric Capuano, John Strand, Mick Douglas, Don Weber, Bryson Bort, like they are the top creme de la creme trainers. So you are getting dope education. It's just, you hope your employer pays for it. So to finally answer your question, the cert is fine. The training is great. I don't even know if the GIAC is on the DoD 8570. If you're doing it for HR purposes, you can get the Sec Plus for a lot cheaper, but it's good. All right, here come the questions coming in hot. Not a deep fake. By the way, Not a Deep Fake started a YouTube channel. Go check it out. Not a Deep Fake. Can you drop a link to that? Hold on one second. Let me do it. Not a Deep Fake. Kids. Oh my God. I don't even want to Google. Jesus. Your name, I can't. I'm not going to Google Not a Deep Fake Kids. Unfortunately, there's been an uptick in really crappy content out there or scary CSAM stuff. But anyways, Not a Deep Fake released a YouTube channel and a YouTube video that's designed at helping kids be more secure. I watched a video. It was pretty cool. All right, so Not a Deep Fake says, I have a question. We're going through and filming this week's video on cybersecurity for kids this week. InfoSec can be your superpower. Does anyone have ideas for next week's video? Yeah, Not a Deep Fake. Number one video you should make, in my opinion, scams for Fortnite and Roblox scams. Taking the kids off platform. Dude, I saw a video where some, big Twitch streamer was telling kids to send their credentials to him, and he would log in as their account and feature their account live on stream. Like, educate kids on not falling for scams around Roblox and Fortnite and Minecraft, okay? So Dr. Finest says they can do it. I think we got a volunteer already. Sam Smig says, where do I look for SOC jobs, and what are 3 certs you think should have being a SOC analyst? All right, so Sam, rapid fire. SOC analyst jobs. I mean, the easy answer is LinkedIn and like dice.com and USA Jobs. The actual like 1,000 level IQ brain explosion answer is networking. That's where you find SOC jobs. Literally, I'm just going to give you, this doesn't help with a SOC job, Sam, but like literally, and she's in chat right now. I know she's in chat. Literally 2 days ago, someone called me, a good friend, and they're like, hey, they're cleaning house at my job. Like, they're firing lots of people. Like, basically, you know, there's like a political shift. There's a schism. Anyways, they're like, we need an like a senior level GRC person, right? Who's done this, and this. Okay. And I said, all right. It happens all the time. People reach out to me all the time. I'm like, all right. And I thought about it for a minute, and I remembered 2 days before somebody reaching out to me and explaining a job interview that they had and how it went and all this other stuff, which told me like, oh, like, I know that person's interviewing. I know that person personally, and they're very senior and very GRC and very awesome. And I said, hey, like, I DM'd him. I said, hey, I just found out about a crazy cool opportunity with a great group. You in? And that person was like, no, like, actually, like, I'm really pumped for where I am. I was just like, you know, opportunity just kind of presented itself. So that kind of fizzled out. But my point is, Sam, the job that I'm talking about, it's the person hasn't even been let go who has that job, let alone the job rec's been posted. You feel me? Networking is super valuable. That's why I push the Simply Cyber Community Challenge. That's why networking is so valuable. All right, as far as 3 certs, SEC Plus, CYSA Plus, and then, you know, some vendor specific one like Splunk, Graylog, whatever. In SOC, it's not really about certs. It's about practical skills. Can you read, you know, can you like tune a detection? Can you, you know, pivot within a SIM? All these things. Marcus G, we got a super chat. Rex, super chat.
Welcome to the party.
Oh my God, Jerry.
Did you just become best friends?
Yep.
Oh my God, that's a spicy take. Rex says, doesn't teaching kids about avoiding scams mean they wouldn't be playing Roblox or Fortnite in the first place? LOL. LOL. All right, thanks for the super chat, Rex. My company doesn't care much about cybersecurity. What's a good way I can pitch to them the importance at the same time pitch myself for a position? In other words, I want to create the position. I like that. I like that, Marcus. What I would start saying is, like, if they don't care about cybersecurity, I would just like kind of soft power move, start presenting awareness and education around incidents that are relative to your industry or relative to your business or relative to your region, you know, like say, or relative to the individual personally, right? Like, so say there was a story recently about Android malware, like something like 200 million or 2 million apps or something like that were found to be malicious. You know, just fire that off. Maybe, you know, get permission or get like a, you know, whatever, to be able to send awareness messaging out. Hey, everybody, just want to let you know, be careful when you're downloading Android apps. 2 million malicious ones are out there. Kind of put yourself out there as the person who's sharing, valuable information, security awareness information, and slowly start migrating that way. You can also, like, anytime here's another one, right? Anytime that there's going to be, you're going to, get going with another vendor, or your business is looking to collaborate or whatever, signing up for insurance, there's going to be security questionnaires that come in and they suck to fill out. right? Because they're like 45 pages or they're like a bunch of Excel sheets or whatever. Volunteer, lean into the SOC. Be the person that the business says, oh yeah, I don't know what this is. This has to do with cybersecurity. Send it to Marcus. Marcus is always doing it. Slowly be the person that they think of when cyber comes in, and then eventually you'll be like, hey, the cyber thing's like a lot of work. We gotta make it full time here. That's what I would do, okay? You don't need certs for SOC. Yeah, I agree. I only said Sec Plus because that's an HR thing. I said CYSA Plus because that is like the closest to like a SOC analyst cert that they do. Kyle Duerfler. Very cool. I'm glad I got it right. I'm going to go a little rapid fire here. Eddie says, Gerald, can you give me any advice on how to become an AppSec engineer? AppSec engineer. You definitely need to get familiar with the CI/CD pipeline, DevOps, right? Modern software engineering, application development resides in the CI/CD pipelines. So get familiar with that. Also, you might want to, there's a couple different ways to go about this, Eddie. One, obviously, be aware of like basic fundamental information security. Get familiar with the CI/CD pipeline. Get familiar with like application security hacking, right? So go watch some bug bounty videos, go watch some API hacking videos. Like understand how attackers attack apps, okay? By the way, you might want to jump on the Verizon data breach incident report that just dropped today because web apps was like the number one compromised kind of initial attack vector. The attack vector isn't the web app, but like web apps as a attack surface is what's being attacked mostly right now. I'll drop one more like valuable thing. Move my French press. Naomi Buckwalter. Naomi Buckwalter did this talk at Wild West Hackin' Fest last year. I don't know where the Wild West. I would much prefer to link to the Wild West Hackin' Fest talk if it is out there. If anyone from Antisyphon or Black Hills is in chat right now, if Naomi Buckwalter's DevOps talk from Wild West Hackin' Fest 2023 is on YouTube, please link it to me so I can share it. But anyways, she gave the same talk at Wild West Hackin' Fest. I'm going to drop a link in chat. This is a really, really heady video on how to basically collaborate with the engineers in a DevOps world and be more secure. Eddie 27, I just dropped a link in chat. All right, let's keep going here. Yeah, hey, not a deep fake. How to lock down your social profile is a great idea for kids video. Zach Morrison, still trying to find my first security job. Down to either trying out as a SOC analyst or put the GRC field. So SOC analyst and GRC are both in demand. I argue GRC is getting more in demand, but you can find MSSPs that have SOC jobs. SOC jobs grind up and chew and spit out people because there's a lot of like mental health stuff. But because of that, they have good onboarding programs. Go talk to Jess Bishop, Stacy Loki, Tom Pike about Expel. I don't think Jess is at Expel, but my point is, like, just go look at MSSP, SOC analyst jobs. You can get it. I'm a huge fan of GRC. You don't get called at 2 a.m. when you work in GRC. Just saying. I cannot. Yeah, Tim Astris. I know. I saw that before. Yeah. I'm not sure what to do with that. Lee Mueller. It seems like most cyber jobs that I'm being offered are contract positions. I'm with my current company for 10 years. Is this the norm for cyber jobs? No. Most jobs are not contract positions. And I would be leery, guys. I would be leery. Like professional services where you work for like a Booz Allen and they get contracts and you go is different than like 1099 contract work. I would not quit my job to do a contract work thing, right? 3 months, 6 months. Too much risk for me, too dicey, sussy sus. Becky Gaylord, still interested. Yeah, let's look, Becky. I'm going to look at your profile really quick, Becky. And then we can connect offline. Let me look really quickly. All right, so Becky Gaylord's LinkedIn profile right off the rip says strategic InfoSec and privacy leader. Becky, those are the things. I'm looking at your profile in real time right now. Give me a second. 13 years at consulting. All right, I'm looking at Becky Gaylord's profile right now. Yeah, senior GRC stuff, internal facing. This could be a good fit. Could be a good fit, Becky. Ping me afterwards. Actually, you know what? I'll fire you. I'll fire your link over to that person, and we can see where it goes. See, networking 101. Becky Gaylord just got a direct connection because Becky's in my network. And Becky's awesome. Also squad member. All right. Oh, yeah. Port Swigger Academy is definitely a great place. Eddie 27 to get learning. All right. Ima Akawara says, can one really go from taking your GRC masterclass to a job as a SOC analyst? No. My class is a GRC analyst masterclass, not a SOC analyst masterclass, Ima Akawara. My GRC class is a great, I think it's a great education, but it doesn't teach you how to be a SOC analyst. It's not going to teach you how a SIM works or what you're looking for or how to respond to a phish. GRC is a very distinct, different role in an information security program from a SOC analyst. And that's okay. Dude, I love SOC analyst. Eric Capuano, my BFF. I love high-fiving that dude. Whitney Champion, BFF. Love high-fiving her. But my school, Simply Cyber Academy, I've said this for a little while now, and I'll continue to lean into it. My school is where you go for all things GRC. SOC, not my school. Can you give someone advice as to where I should start learning networking and certificates? Yeah, Guava JD. Guava JD. Let's do this really quickly live on stream. There's Becky. All right, so Guava JD. You see this this thing right here? Check this out. Oh my God. This is simplycyber.io/pivot. Okay, so go there. Did that work? Oh my God. Okay, so Guava JD, go here. simplycyber.io/pivot. Why? Because you're going to get, I'm going to email you this. This is the cheat sheet. Okay? You scroll down. This is literally a collection of resources to learn networking. And in addition to these resources to learn networking, I also made a video that you can only get here. It's not on YouTube, but I do have a video for that where I literally walk you through those resources in the video and explain to you what you do and where you go and how you consume those resources, okay? All of them. I go through all of them. Okay? So that's what I would say, Guava JD. I'm not just giving you some random URL. I give you a bunch of resources and explain to you how to use them. Let's go. All right, Eric Taylor has left the building. All right. What time is it, guys? 9:23. I got 7 more minutes. I won't eat on stream, but I will tell you that I'm going to plow a breakfast bar as soon as we get off stream, because I've got a pot of coffee flopping around in an empty stomach, and it's starting to give me it's starting to make me All right. Cyber Hamburglar. I found a lot of value in the Hack the Box Academy SOC analyst path. $8 a month, able to be done in 2 to 4 weeks. There you go. Cyber Hamburglar dropping some knowledge. Hack the Box Academy SOC analyst if you're looking to get SOC skills. Stonesfin, which I think is that Robert? Hey, Jerry, had a friend reach out about a website offering some Bitcoin if they signed up for a new crypto wallet. What's the best way to check out the website wallet to see if it's malicious? Ooh, it's really hard to do that.
I'm a crypto evangelist. I love it, love it, love it.
Stones fan, I'm not really sure how to check out that stuff because the thing is the website might be legit and like the way that they screw you over is like get access to your wallet and then steal your money, right? So like it's not like necessarily malware or whatever. I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't know. I try to avoid crypto. And I know, hey, if JMod, aka Justin Gold, is in chat, maybe he can answer that since he's our resident water/crypto expert. Is Justin Gold in chat? Can we? Bob Powers, you there? Marcus Kyler, you get the Bob Powers? If you get the Bob Powers reference, please let me know in chat. I love the deep cuts. Deborshi Kashyap says, I'm pursuing Bachelor of Arts degree and recently obtained Google Cyber Cert. Can I land a security job? You can land a security analyst job. It will be difficult. Okay, so this is one of those things where like, yes, what you're doing is right. And depending on the organization, you can land an entry-level security job. Having said that, what you've done so far, just based on this comment, right? I don't know what else you've done as far as like labs, like networking, etc. There will be 1,000 people applying for the same job. And while what you've done is good, and I hate to be so real, but like, you know, I'd be doing you a disservice if I just told you what you wanted to hear. What you've done so far, bachelor's degree, Google Cyber Cert, it's not enough to differentiate you as a candidate. You will need to do lab work. You'll need to capture that on your resume. You will need to network and possibly find access to opportunities that are not published. If you just have a bachelor's degree and just have a Sec Plus or just have Google Cyber Cert, and you apply to an entry-level job that's like public online, like on LinkedIn, you're competing with hundreds, if not thousands of other candidates who may have done the lab work, who may have done more, who may have more experience, right? So just being real, it's very competitive, okay? Luke Canfield says, would just like to say we had a meeting of public speaking masters yesterday on Discord. Our next meeting will be 28th of May. So shout out to the public speaking forum. If you didn't know, on Simply Cyber's Discord server, there is a group that meets the last Tuesday of the month every month to work on public speaking. If you didn't know that, you could see on the Simply Cyber official events calendar, it's right here. Go to Simply Cyber.io and check out the events calendar. But the next one is going to be, let me jump to May 28th. Oh, look at that. May 28th, right there on the calendar. Thanks, Luke Canfield. Don't be shy. Public speaking, huge valuable asset to be able to do. Jenny Housley says, what's the best entry-level job? Cyber Eddie says, what's the best entry-level job if I want to go and become a red teamer other than SOC? Penetration tester, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think there's a lot of there's a lot of diversity in jobs on the offensive side, right? Like you're a penetration tester. You could be a physical penetration tester. You could be a network penetration tester. You could be a web application penetration tester. But on that side of the house, they're just penetration testers, right? Sometimes you might be like an exploit, developer, but in reality, that's just a skill that you use in your penetration or in your red team operations. Since you said entry level, I would not look for red team. Red team is a more senior role. And if you want to So if you want to become a red teamer long-term, that's not an entry-level job. So what I would say is go become a penetration tester or get into web app sec, bug bounties, right? And build up that repertoire. Go check out TCM Academy's PNPT. That's a good one for getting offensive security jobs. But yeah, penetration testers where it's at, Cyber Eddie. Okay, so looks like we've exhausted all the questions in chat, which always feels good. I always feel bad. I always feel bad when I don't get to everyone's question. I feel like I've done you a disservice. So sock is blue. Yeah, 100%. Kimberly from the couch. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so really quickly, let me tell you this, guys. The Verizon data breach incident report. Oh, it's so hot.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
I'm trying to make a like the infographics, guys. I'm trying to make a YouTube video on the Verizon data breach incident report, like how to use it, my top findings, why I love it as my annual report. Like, guys, you want to know, like, just like I'm like, and this for the kids in here, Pearl, Kennedy, this isn't going to make sense. And actually, you youngs, this might not make sense either since you guys live a digital life. But back in the day, we had paper. The Verizon data breach incident report, just short of having it where you turn it sideways and it unfolds to a, you guys picking up what I'm putting down? That's where Verizon data breach incident report is. Kimberly's way off the couch now. Love it, love it. Jason Bagwell, you're welcome. FedEx, I did not put it through GPT, actually. I didn't do that yet. I'm consuming it. Guys, like the Verizon data breach incident report is like a filet mignon. You put it on my plate in front of me. I'm going to savor it. I'm going to enjoy it. Dominic Espinoza says, hey, Jerry guy, what's the best entry job in IT cyber blue team to get my foot in the door? SOC analyst all day long. SOC analyst. Robert Linares, quick question for everyone. I interviewed for a position. It's been put on hold due to a budget review. Is this a bad sign? No, it's not a bad sign. Unfortunately, it's a reality of, it's just a reality of business, right? Budgets, Q4, I would say it's a bad sign in the sense that I would consider the job not available anymore, right? That's a bad sign. Because like Robert Linares and everybody in chat, like you apply for a job and they're like, oh, it's on hold for budget. Like, so what am I supposed to do? Stand here with my, your budget hold in one hand and poop in the other and see which one fills faster? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not waiting on you. Plus, like, budget seasons, I will say this. So there's two kinds of, and this is getting a little bit deeper into the business. For you youngs and for you people new to industry, you may not know this, but like budgets are basically fiscal year or calendar year. So budgets, a lot of times will finalize at the end of June and the new budget year starts July 1st. Now, when the budget starts July 1st, that's when the money that you've been allocated is distributed to you, or a portion of it. But it's not like on June 30th, you're like, oh, I just spent my last dollar. Let me think about what I need for the next fiscal year. Here's my budget. No. Budgets are put in like April, February, March, April. You put in your budgets because the business needs to look at all the budget requests across the entire business and then figure out where they're allocating money based on revenue generated the previous year, right? So like, are they even going to have money to fund projects? And so obviously InfoSec, here's the deal. Wherever you are, Robert, InfoSec put in a request for a position in like March. They were probably told tentatively that you've got it. Now, as the bean counters get ready to like finalize things for fiscal year 25, which is July 1st, they're like, hey, we don't have budget for that position. So when they say budget review, they'll review it, but I might ask them legitimately, like, hey, how do you feel the chances of this happening? Because I would identify them on a human level. I'd be like, listen, I've got another job opportunity that I'm looking at. I really like your opportunity. I really want to work with you, but I've got another opportunity. I've got to do what's right for me. Give me some insight into what you can see on this budget review. Also, fun fact, Robert Linares, the InfoSec office, depending on the size of the organization, obviously, but mid-size and larger, they're not going to have insight into what the CFO and CEO are deciding on budget. So they could be told, oh, no, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. And then they don't get the budget. I've seen that happen multiple times. In fact, you actually see it happen, unfortunately, with promotions and pay raises. The number of times I've been told or had to tell people, like, hey, I know we talked about promotion, but the budget, the revenues didn't work. We can't give you the 3%, 5% pay raise that we agreed upon because of budget. It's total trash, honestly. All right, let's go. Oh shoot, I went way over, 9:34. Nerman Zlatnovic with the super chat.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Nerman says, Dr. Auger, what are the best practices for securing VPNs to prevent unauthorized access, and how can orgs ensure their configurations are up to date? All right, so great question, Nerman. So VPNs, one, make sure that the actual VPN concentrator where people are terminating into the organization is kept up to date as far as firmware and patch level and stuff like that. That's number one. Number two, shut off this is all the basic stuff, but number two, shut off any services you don't need. Number three, make sure that the administrator access to the VPN concentrator is, not like either is using certificates to authenticate to or requires MFA. Make sure that end users MFA, since we're talking about preventing unauthorized access, make sure that you require multi-factor authentication for anybody connecting in. Make sure that you don't have some side channel VPN that vendors can log into, right? So those are the things. Final question, because now my stomach's like chewing on my spine, wanting to know where that breakfast bar is, I promised. Deborshi Kashyap says, what's it like working as a cybersecurity? Is there a lot of workload? Oh, bro. Let me, yeah, okay, and BSEC also adds the security rules on the VPN, like conditional access. Like, if everybody should be coming in from the United States, don't allow anybody from outside the United States. And then if, like, Carl from sales travels to Cambodia for, like, a work trip, you don't get access and you got to put in a request. Okay. The question is, what's it like working in cyber? Is there a lot of workload? Yes. There's a ton of work. This is the final thing. I have 40-second answer on this. The whole thing about cybersecurity is there's a ton of work and you're constantly getting piled on. Threat actors change their techniques. We have to worry about all the things they used to do plus all the things that they're now doing. We have to work with IT to make sure they're keeping stuff up to date. We got to work with application owners, make sure they're patching and not misconfiguring. We got to work for the business, make sure they're funding. We've got to stay current on all the topics. We've got to work with less staff and less resources than we actually need because we're underfunded. Because if we do our job really well, then it looks like we don't need to get funded because there's no problems happening, which is a really catch-22 for InfoSec in the business. I will tell you that it is one of the things that turns people off to cyber. I will bathe in cyber work all day, every day. I love cybersecurity, okay? And I'm not saying that you don't, Deborshi. I'm just saying this blanket to everybody out there. If you're not a lifelong learner and you don't like working a lot, then cybersecurity may not be a good field for you because it is relentless. Vigilance is paramount. You don't get, especially if you're working in SecOps, you don't get to take time off, really, right? Justin Gold took time off a couple weeks ago, and he came back to an avalanche of work, okay? It's just the reality. It's just the reality. And by the way, if you work in SecOps, SOC analyst, great entry-level job, You get hit on Christmas Eve, guess what? You don't say, oh, it's a holiday, I'm on vacation. Like, you, all hands on deck, right? Oh, it's Saturday and you had plans? Sorry. Okay, so that's what's up with that. Guys, it's been a great show. Thank you all so very much. Shout out to the entire mod team. Really appreciate everything that they're doing, obviously. Really quickly, Deborshi Cash App says, what's the difference between VPN and VPC? Two wildly different things. VPN, just look at the last letter, okay? N is network, C is computer, essentially, right? So, like virtual private network, it's like how people remote into an internal network. VPC, I'm pretty sure it's like virtual private computer. I might be getting that wrong. Let's get that right. Yeah, a virtual private cloud. Maybe I am getting this wrong. So VPN, so I dorked it up. I'm sorry. VPN is basically where you remotely and securely connect into your internal network. Virtual private cloud is basically a cloud instance that you control and have a lot more control over, almost like infrastructure as a service versus using platform as a service, right? So think of VPC as kind of like the entire cloud instance and N as the network instance. And everybody, sorry, I got one wrong. I don't know everything. And that's why I Googled it. Bruisin' Hacks, good to see ya. Have a great day, everybody. I'm Jerry, your chat. I hope you enjoyed it. It's Wednesday, May 1st, 2024. Until next time, everybody, stay secure. Bye. Content. Keep the cybersecurity train going by connecting with the other Simply Cyber community resources. We have the Discord server that's lively and always keeps the conversation going. You can connect with me directly on LinkedIn. And also every single weekday morning on the Simply Cyber channel, we're doing live daily cyber threat briefings, 8 a.m. Eastern time, as well as Thursday at 4:30 p.m. We're doing live stream interviews with industry experts, and we produce videos that we push out every Wednesday morning. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I hope you enjoyed the content, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.